Team, what is the word? What goes on? Jay Porks here. We are back with a brand new episode of Dyze in Your House, the non-abbreviated version. No quick cuts. We're just going to go. So, of course, the views and opinions expressed on my podcast are that of my own and do not represent that of my employer. They never have, they never will. I've been doing shorter podcasts. I'm not going to call them podcasts. I've been doing shorts. Like, instead of doing 35 minutes of something that nobody's going to watch, I've been doing little 3-minute videos, and they seem to find their way in people's algorithms a little faster. So, or a little more in a higher volume. So that's fun. It's not fun that that the podcast that I put thought into and notes and plans, it's not fun that is like not as popular as like it's brain rot shit. People will watch a 2-minute video with quick cuts and little jokes, but they're not going to sit here and watch my podcast. So with that said, we're going to have to ramp up things around here in terms of what the Patreon does. This is going to go on Patreon. This will be exclusive to Patreon. You will need the link, which will mean you will need to be a member. So the podcast in full form will be a members-only experience. And the YouTube shorts and the reels will be used in an attempt to drive people towards this to watch this. Now, if you're saying to yourself, hey, but you want people to pay for this and they're going to get less on Patreon. Patreon, you've always been able to do a handful of things, and you will continue to do that. You can get personalized artwork. Just send me the address. Got you on some artwork. I'm much of a doodler. You can always hit me up and say, hey, I want you to talk about this on the show. I got you. Also, I started doing the quick cuts, kind of videos. So like if you have like I had one a couple of weeks ago. It was like I was talking to myself, but it was me, and then I put my hair up and it was me again. Like, that was fun. If you're like, hey, I got a script you should do with that, like, you can always send that. Like, I'm down. I'm down for whatever. I'm here to entertain. I'm here to share truths, but a little sugar helps the medicine go down. Therefore, if there's some entertainment you need from me in exchange for that, you can let me know. All of the shit that I need you to do is at the bottom of the screen. It is possible that I cut some clips from this podcast, from this episode, and use it in my 3-minute Dyze in Your House abbreviated version. But I don't know if I am. Anyway, so, true story, it's kind of, you got to go with clickbait. So like not clickbait, but when Newsom did the redistricting press conference, I did hashtag redistricting. It's got like 700 views in 4 days. John Bolton got his house raided, hashtag Bolton, nothing. So I said, okay. Then the MAGA dating thing, that funny ass fucking segment on whatever, Laura Ingraham or whatever on Fox News. So I got to have fun with that. That got a lot of views because it was hashtag MAGA. And then yesterday I was doing a video. Not yesterday. It might have been yesterday. I have no idea. The last time I was working. I was doing a video, and, you get 3 minutes. So I had about 2 minutes of how, I don't post about regular stuff. Like, I'm sorry. I'm sorry that if I'm not, hey, big win for the Yankees today. And if I do that, I feel guilty doing it. It's like, calling out of work for a mental health day when all you could think about is, oh man, I left the team down. You know what I'm saying? And then it's like cyclical. So I had 2 minutes and I was talking about that. And then I'm like, Then I saw a post that was like, why is Snoop Dogg canceled? And I'm like, yes, fuck Snoop Dogg. And that was it. Fuck Snoop Dogg. And that's doing well in the views. So if I'm going to get shorts that get 100 views in a day, I'm going to have to follow it up with another one. So there were topics today that I was going to cover. I was going to do Travis-Kelce, Taylor Swift, getting married. Congrats. Love that. Love, love. Who doesn't love love? You know, people say they love love. And they do with, like, celebrities and shit. Because, like, you know, they didn't, like, Travis-Kelce and Taylor Swift did nothing to personally harm me or anybody around me. However, in real life, we don't love love. Single people don't love love. Single people want you to be alone because we're alone. That's just how it is. Not Travis-Kelce and Taylor Swift. I'm talking about regular people on the street. I hate love, except, you know. But the right wing was going crazy. Not really. Well, they were going crazy, but weird crazy. Like, Charlie Kirk was saying that it's time for Taylor Swift to submit now. And they were saying that now that Taylor Swift is going to get married, she's going to be more conservative. And, like, do they realize who's driving this fucking bus? Like, not to be a dick. Travis-Kelce is a good, great human being, a great football player, has made a lot of money playing football, will go down in history as one of the premier tight ends, one of the probably top 5 right now to ever play the game. He's got rings, played on a dynasty team, still does. Taylor Swift is driving this bus. Like, her tour made $6 billion. I don't think the Chiefs made $6 billion last year. They might have. I don't know how football economics works. But, like, the right wing thinks Taylor Swift got married because the right wing thinks Taylor Swift got married and this is not got married, got engaged, and this is going to lead to, like, her abandoning any sort of feminism and being a woman and start popping out kids. Now, if Taylor Swift wants kids, she could have them. You know what I'm saying? That's not going to make me pass a judgment. But what is going on? Like, the Charlie Kirk clip. If I was doing this on YouTube edits, I would input. That actually might be what I do. I might do that. So Charlie Kirk is like, well, she's got to submit now. What are you talking about? Why? Don't you love love? Can't people love love? Of course, the second I hit record, now I'm fucking Allergy City. Okay, but I was going to do that because that's fun and not dangerous, and, you know, people will click on something that says Taylor Swift in the title, and it's also back to school, so you know what that means. You know what that means. I know what you're thinking. You're thinking, yeah, kids had to get their books out. Everybody had their first day outfits on. No, I'm talking about school shootings are back. Wanna know why they're back? Because school is back. Minneapolis. I think it was 12 dead. Or 12 injured. Actually, I can't say shit like that and then not have the right numbers. And since I'm not on a timed fucking thing here, I will look this up. What am I looking up? School shooting. Here we go. 12 children killed and 17 people injured at shooting at Minneapolis school. That's interesting. Okay, so 12 killed, 17 injured, school shooting in Minneapolis. Thoughts and prayers do not suffice. We need legislation and law and people to not have guns or significantly less guns. Meanwhile, The tyrannical government is here. Why aren't the people with the guns going after the tyrannical government that's taking us over? Why aren't they doing that? The Second Amendment folks that voted for this are really silent right now. Like, if they can raid John Bolton's house, you think they won't come take your gun? Like, if there's any political party that's ever been in power in the history of life that would have the ability and the willingness to take your guns away and not care what you think, it's this one right here. Oh, Jay, that's why I'm sending my kid to private school. Because these public schools, they're so bad and it's crazy. It was a Catholic school. I've worked at a Catholic school. They don't just let people in. First of all, it's saying they got deacons and shit. It's a Catholic school. It's paid for. It's private. What now? It's in Minneapolis. Why? The tyrannical government is in place. The nutbags got what they wanted. Why are we still killing kids? Why are kids still being shot in schools? Because there's too many guns, and judging by the way people vote, there's too many sick fucks in this country. That's why. And when you combine guns and sick fucks, you get dead kids. I don't need to be a math teacher to do that equation. And you have a right to be fed up. And you know what? Yeah, we're all desensitized to this. You hear about a school shooting, you don't cry anymore because you're out of tears. Because you're sick of seeing kids get shot in school where they're going to learn. Listen, and again, like I said on my short the other day, I just finished watching The Wire, all 5 seasons straight through. Probably took me about 2 weeks. So, I really want to talk to people about that, but I can't because, that's a normal life thing, and I'm not going to fucking talk about normal life stuff when the world is burning down, right? School sometimes could be in season 4, by the way. Season 4, Boys of Summer. The school could be an escape for some people from their shitty life. Even fucking work. When I lived at home, work was awesome. I loved work. I went to work. I was so happy because I wasn't fucking home, right? So people, when school starts, maybe they have a shitty home life. You know what I'm saying? Now, I'm not saying, laws being broken and shit, but, kids are fickle. Shit is, what the fuck? I've been a moody kid before, and sometimes people have some real things going on. Maybe you're, their parents, maybe someone's parents' jobs got dodged. You know what I'm saying? Maybe they had to move into a smaller place because they needed to make a choice between paying for my kid's Catholic school or, fucking waiting on getting a job or getting this shitty job so I can still afford to pay for my kid's Catholic school but have no, advancement, you get some shitty job. You're not thinking about the 30-year. You're thinking about the short term. I'm going to pay for my kid's school so my kid doesn't get shot in school. Oh, wait, what happened? Your kid got shot in school. So school is supposed to be a refuge for some kids. Kids to get away from their home life. Hang out with their friends. Get a good meal. Meet teachers. Learn lessons that they may not be learning at home. Not everybody has the best home life. I'm not saying that everyone's home life sucks. I'm just saying. And these kids go to school. It's the first day of school. They're opening up their books. They're learning their teachers. And there's gunshots. And people have to get shot and killed. For what? The tyrannical government is in place. What else do you people want? People with the guns What else can you get that you don't have already? You have a Supreme Court. You have a country that is built on guns. You have a Nazi in the White House. You have Elon Musk hacking things. What else do you want? That you still have to go and kill kids. That's what I don't get. That's what I don't understand. Oh, it might have been mental health. Yeah, no, that depends on the skin tone. We'll go up the card and see if he was a terrorist or if he was mentally ill, depending on how light or dark his skin was. I'm recording this like 8 o'clock on Wednesday. I don't know if there's a manifesto. I don't watch the news. I used to watch MSNBC. Now it's MS Now or some shit. Not watching that. I promise you I'm not watching that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to try to clip some of this podcast into a little 3-minute reel. And if I'm not able to do that, then I'm just going to have a fresh 3-minute reel. But this podcast will be available for those who click the link through the Patreon page. Because I was at my parents' house the other day, right? And just on the couch, petting my cat, my dad passes by and he goes, "Yo, Jay." I'm like, "Yeah." He's like, "The 3-minute podcasts are better." Just walks away. No context. But you know what? Yeah. If he thinks they're better and they're getting more views, then I need to do more of them. So, in a sense, I am going to capitulate. But not to Nazis. I'm going to capitulate to the algorithm. I will capitulate to brain rot. And I will capitulate to using clickbait to have people check out my podcast. I promise I will. But I'm going to leave Patreon. Thank you so much for listening to me. Again, mostly this podcast for most of the years it's been existing has been like someone for me to talk to. You know, even though nobody's really, there might not be that much engagement, you know, for the most part. I do feel like talking into a camera and sharing my feelings does help me with some mental health stuff that I'm not getting. Because I don't have friends. I don't like talk to people. That's just not me. And it's not because people don't like me. Like, I'm sure they don't, but that's because I'm a miserable asshole. Like, I don't stand around, I don't walk around wondering why people don't like me. You know what I'm saying? But being able to come on a podcast and talk, even if nobody watches, it helps because I'm out here, I'm chilling by myself, you know, lonely liberal of Staten Island. Anyway, I'm going to get up out of here. There is a bunch of stuff scrolling on the bottom of the screen that you can do. You can go to Patreon, Dyze in your house. You can go to my Cash App, help out a friend at Dyze in your $ Dyze in your house. My Venmo is at Jason-Dyze in house. Hit me up there. Yeah, and thank you. I'm going to leave you guys alone. Appreciate you guys putting up my nonsense for a little while. Late.